Hey water signs, it's Suzanne with Sunny Forest Tarot here to do a little reading for you for the weekend. All right, and so this particular reading, I'm calling it a deeper dive message, okay? I'm using, or I have access to all of my colored decks that I have created, okay? And each one of those decks I created with certain tarot cards in mind, okay? So when we see a particular card come up, let's say, for instance, the Seven of Pentacles, okay? All of the sevens will be the red deck. Okay, that's where we're going to get a deeper dive message. Okay, you can see this is called the awakening journey. All right, sevens are about what's next, are about contemplation. They're about mystical development, spiritual awareness. That's why I would be using this deck. Okay. Let's see, for if we got, and I'm just going to give two examples here just so you understand how this works. Let's say we got the Five of Swords, the Devil, the Death card. We would pull from the purple deck, okay? This is the Raw Ego Speaks deck. So, you know, this deck is about asking ourselves, you know, where do certain negative behaviors, where does our ego need working on possibly, or what needs to change? So that can give extra clarity to those particular cards. So all of the cards are designated to certain decks, all right? So that's how this works, all right? You'll see what I mean as we go, all right? So water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I know that a lot of creators out there, you know, create their own decks. You know, my reasoning for creating my decks really was to just add a layer of information, you know, and I really wanted them to work in sync with the tarot. All right, so we're going to just see what comes up here, see what Spirit has to say, all right, and we'll take it from there. All right, so first card out, we have the Three of Swords. All right, so let's see. Three of Swords is the hot pink deck, okay? So we're going to take a deeper look at that whole message. What do we have here? We have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, red deck. What do we have here? Two of Cups. Wow. Two of Cups. Multicolored. And then we have Eight of Wands, yellow deck. Ace of Wands, green deck. Ace of Cups, green deck. Okay, so let's see here. So Three of Swords. Three of Swords can be a couple of things, right? Either you might be experiencing some type of heartbreak right now, you know, because maybe you're not with your person, maybe your person hurt you in some way. You know, keep in mind, in a general reading, this could be your person's perspective as well, all right? So Three of Swords can also, show a disbelief in something. Okay, somebody isn't believing, in their feelings or in the connection or, in the possibilities of where this is going. All right, so let's see what we have here. Three of Swords. Come on. Look at this. Appears to be one-sided. So this could be what you're thinking. This could be what your person's thinking. But somebody might be feeling some type of heartbreak right now because something appears to be one-sided. I feel like the key word there is appears to be. All right. So then we have the Seven of Wands. So it's like the Seven of Wands here, you can see all of the wands there and you can see the gentleman in the middle there. It's like, what is this person defending against? What are you defending against? What are you digging your heels in? It could be a belief that you have, okay? A belief possibly that something appears to be one-sided. You might be fighting ghosts down here, okay? Ghosts of the past, possibly a prior experience that you've had with somebody else, and you're applying it to a new situation, okay? So it can be assumptions. All right, so let's see here. What do we have here? The void, darkness. So what is it that you're fighting here? It's some type of void or darkness, a darkness that I feel like is based on an assumption or a disbelief. This feels like, you might be seeing things from, a glass half empty type of perspective, okay? And you might feel very validated in looking at it that way based on what you're actually seeing in the physical world, all right? But then we have, look at this. We have the Two of Cups, which says, however you're feeling, your person is feeling the same, okay? Two of Cups is a mutual connection. But over here, we are seeing kind of a darker space that you might be in, okay, because something might appear to be one-sided. So what do we have here? This is the messages of chakra wisdom, all right? And then we have the purple, which is the crown chakra. So this is coming from a place of I know, all right? I know I depend on others' opinions too much. So what this I feel like is saying to me is that, when you talk to other people about somebody, they might tell you, you know what, you might want to let that go. You're starting to seem like you're, that you might get disappointed here. You might possibly be really taking the opinions of others into account before your own knowing, your own crown chakra energy. You know that you depend on others' opinions too much. And again, this can be, the person that you're dealing with too, okay? So from your person's perspective, this could be going on. Or it's you, all right? More likely, it's probably you. So if you're depending on other people's opinions too much, it's because you're talking about your connection with other people, which seems like a very natural thing to do, especially if you are looking for validation because you think that the other person may not be interested. Well, here's what's preventing this from moving forward, your Two of Cups connection. It's that you are depending on other people's opinions way too much, okay? All right, so Eight of Wands, all right, is about communication. And what do we have here? I had a strange sense of home with you. So, it feels like you or your person, might be either communicating this telepathically. You might have said this to somebody, they might have said it to you, or you might have just felt it with them. You might have felt a strange sense of home with this person. You might not have even known them very long, okay? With the Eight of Wands, it's like, that can also be, about the journey that the two of you are on. There's a reason that the two of you came together. So, I feel like this is your person saying this to you, probably because you need to hear it, because it's something that Two of Cups, remember, that you mutually feel about each other. All right, so then we have the Ace of Wands. All right, so this feels, we have two aces here, so it feels like either this is a very new connection, or this is a connection that, might never have gotten off the ground, or it's trying to get off the ground. You might have gone so far as, on a date, or you might have spent enough time with each other to have developed feelings for each other. Okay, and also maybe developed a little bit of a disbelief that this could happen, or that this is one-sided. So Ace of Wands, clarified by, look at this. This is a message from the present, okay? So this is right now. It says, I'm fighting and justifying to myself why my decision was right. So, this tells me that somebody might have, somebody is holding back right now their passion, and they're fighting and justifying why they are doing this, why they made the decision to do this. It's like it might have felt right to them at a certain point, but now they find themselves really trying to justify, why I wouldn't have taken advantage of an opportunity when I had it. All right, and then Ace of Cups. So this is, somebody having a cup of love for you, or you having a cup of love for somebody else. And then we also have, I share my why, my how, and my what with my who. Okay, so it's like this Ace of Cups is emotion, right? Having emotion for somebody. And the message of the present, it feels like somebody wants to tell you why they did something, maybe why they did something, how they did it, what they felt, and, with their person, you. So this feels very, this feels like somebody wants to go very deep, within a conversation. Again, the Eight of Wands here. This Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands, and Ace of Cups. It feels like very, very deep communication here, because somebody feels a strange sense of home with you. Okay? They're fighting and justifying why they did something, maybe why they stopped something. Okay? And it feels like, again, they want to share, the deep feelings that they have. You might want to share the deep feelings that you have, okay? This can be mutual. It's like this energy up here, I feel like we have to explore a little bit, because, this feels like a darker energy up here, like, again, disbelief, being in a void, feeling the darkness, fighting ghosts, ghosts of the past. Why is this? Why am I thinking like this, right? Why am I putting myself through this? Well, I know I depend on others' opinions too much. So that's affecting my connection with my person. So let's explore this a little bit. All right, so 3 of Swords clarified by 4 of Swords. All right, so 3s and 4s both are in the pink deck. All right, 4 of Swords tells me that, you know, either you or your person are spending a lot of time thinking that this is one-sided. 4 of Swords is actually overthinking, okay? You know, it can be taking a break. You know, the two of you might have really never gotten off the ground and you're already kind of breaking away from each other because of belief systems. All right, so 7 of Wands, fighting ghosts here, the World. So, you know, I feel like this is about endings that you've had in the past. So, endings that, relationships that have ended in the past. You might have seen a glimpse of something with your person that made you worry that, ooh, you know, maybe this person isn't as interested as I thought, and this is coming to a quick end. I want one more with the World. 8 of Pentacles. So this could be somebody that you work with, but I feel like it's something, you know, I feel like somebody's very focused on figuring out how to make this work. You can see that this man here is very focused on his pentacle, okay? And I feel like somebody's watching you too. If you can see that little mouse there, that little mouse, that little spider, you know, they're kind of hidden in the background, you know, but these could also represent, you know, that darkness or void. Somebody is, it feels like you're working on something that feels like a ghost of the past. And you might be applying it to a new situation that, you know, it doesn't really apply to for some reason. All right, so let's see. Let's clarify this. Why are you depending on others' opinions too much? The Chariot. So the Chariot, okay, card of Cancer, you know, is, you know, you see these 2 sphinxes here. One represents following your heart, one represents following your head. So by talking to other people, you know, you're really, when you're talking to other people, you're relying on your headspace, your logic. The only person that knows your heart is you. So what this is telling you is you got to follow your heart, especially when it comes to 2 of Cups, which is mutual connection, which is something you feel, something you have a knowing or an intuition about. It's not something that you can logically explain, right? All right, so let's see. I want to take a look at this one here. Seven of Swords. This person feels like they, you know, I mean, this can be you, this can be them, okay? This type of reading can go either way, any way, whatever it resonates. 7 of Swords, it feels like somebody here is deceiving themselves because they're fighting and justifying a decision. When you have to fight or justify a decision to yourself, it's probably because you did something or somebody did something here that they didn't really want to do, or they really weren't following their heart. Swords, thoughts, head. This is something that happened in the head space, okay? Trying to justify maybe not moving forward with a connection. Maybe it was too complicated in some way, all right? So let's see why this person or you felt like you had a strange sense of home with each other. King of Wands. Okay, so I feel like, first of all, you know, King of Wands could be fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You might be connecting with a fire sign. But the reason I feel like the two of you had, you know, a strange sense of home with each other is because I feel like the connection felt more mature in some way. Like you might have bypassed a lot of the beginning drama that a lot of people start off with in connections. You know, it felt more mature. It felt safe. You felt a confidence around this person. And I feel like they felt the same way with you. Okay, so let's see about this one here. So this is the Ace of Cups, you know, and this person I feel like wants to pour out their emotion, or you want to pour out your emotion to somebody, especially following the fact that, you know, you or your person might have tried to justify or fight the passion or connection to begin with. So what do we have here? Five of Swords. All right, so both of these cards are in the present, all right? So I don't feel like, whoever this is, I don't feel like you're quite ready to pour out your emotions here. You're a little bit conflicted about doing that. You're conflicted about doing that because up here, remember, you know, because you're talking to other people about this connection, it keeps you in your head space versus your heart space. I feel like when you get into your heart space, you know, will be able to turn around this Five of Swords and you will be able to express yourself, okay? So, yeah. That's kind of what I'm feeling. So let's get a little final message here. Two cards. All right, so we have Four of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. All right, so Four of Pentacles, distance across the state. So Four of Pentacles is the energy of holding back. Possibly somebody here is holding back because, you know, there might be a significant distance between the two of you. And then Knight of Wands, this can be the card of Sagittarius. Calming, relaxing, meditation, windy. Boy, I feel like this Knight of Wands is a very, you know, in and out energy. And I feel like this is about somebody going between their head and their heart. And I feel like both of you are probably doing that in some way. So going back to the Chariot here, you know, by listening to your heart, by listening to your heart space, your intuition, I feel like brings a very calming, relaxing energy to you. You know, a little bit of surrender because, you know, one or both of you, you know, continue to go back and forth because I feel like at some point, both of you might have been inauthentic about, you know, how you were really feeling, which might have just kind of held this up in a way of overthinking. We have, you know, we have some fours and fives when we also have the Two of Cups. So it feels like both of you are doing this, okay? It's mutual. Mutual. One more. Distance across the state. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. And then what do we have here? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like by basically just surrendering and trusting trusting your heart space, it leads you to ultimately what's next. And it, you know, by being in this energy too, you know, I feel like you're able to come closer to what the truth of this situation is. Ace of Swords. You know, if the truth of the situation, or why there is, you know, some possible delays with somebody, it feels like it could be logistical, you know, distance across the state, across the country, whatever the case may be. But that's why somebody here is holding back. You know, that's the truth of the matter. It may be very difficult, especially, you know, in the times we're in right now, to do a lot of traveling. So, you know, but that's not anything that, you know, would permanently keep the two of you apart. But it might be a challenge right now. Okay? All right. So that is what I have for you, you know, in this deeper message reading. I hope you enjoyed it. All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. All right. Thanks. Bye.